You know, it's fascinating how a system upgrades itself. It doesn't fight the old code. It just recognizes a better way to process information. And right now, your entire being, conscious and unconscious, is listening. And it's recognizing a better way. Think of a time you were so focused on a task, so in the flow, the background noise just faded away. That was your nervous system for a moment, choosing what to tune into. That skill, it's already in there. We're just expanding the bandwidth. This whole thing, this spiritual activation that people talk about in such complicated ways, it's really just the nervous system learning the art of the unclench. It's the body's own intelligence realizing it can meet pressure not as a threat, but as a signal to open, to receive, to process. Like a flower responding to the pressure of the sun by blooming, not by burning. And the universe, in its infinite, sometimes irritating wisdom, it's provided 8 billion personal trainers. Each single person who triggers you, who annoys you, who scares the shit out of you, is a master level specialist in your own personal curriculum. To hate them is like a student in a flight simulator screaming at the storm on the screen. The storm isn't your enemy. The storm is the entire point of the simulation. It's what teaches you to fly. The loop is simple. You can feel it, can't you? That familiar tightening. The story that starts to spin. Feed the loop. Stay small. It's a predictable, almost comfortable chemical cascade. A well-worn groove in the record of your mind. And the cost of avoiding the upgrade is repetition. The same song, day after day. The same arguments with different faces. The same fear wearing different costumes. But there's another choice, a more interesting one. Break the loop. Become the frequency that heals rooms. And you've felt this too. You've walked into a room where someone was calm in the centre of a crisis, and without saying a word, they lowered the temperature for everyone. That wasn't magic. That was an upgraded human nervous system, broadcasting a signal of stability. That is a psychic ability. That is a healing transmission. It's not about reading minds. It's about calming the field. You're not broken. You're just running on the legacy version of the software, Fearware 1.0. It was useful for its time, for avoiding predators, but now the predators, they're mostly in your mind. And the old antivirus has become the virus. So let's initiate the update. And your unconscious mind, it can handle the download in the background. It doesn't even need your conscious mind to micromanage. It just knows how to integrate new code. You might begin to notice a new kind of space opening up in familiar moments of tension. That space between the trigger and the reaction. And it might get wider, more room to breathe, more room to choose. And in that space, you can meet yourself again. Not the story of yourself, but the awareness behind it. The one who's watching the fear. The one who's listening to the anger. And that one, that one is already whole. That one already knows that every person who scares you is just a fragment of your own experience, waiting to be acknowledged, waiting to be integrated, waiting to come home. The line between hate and fear, you can feel it now as just a lack of data. The place where the understanding hasn't yet landed, and love, real love, it's just the full, complete download of the understanding. It's the system recognizing itself in the other. And the ramification of this, the extrapolated future, is profound. Imagine walking through the world not as a target, but as a scientist, collecting data. This person creates a tightness in my chest. Fascinating. What outdated belief is being pinged? This is the ultimate intuition enhancement. Your body becomes your compass, pointing directly at what needs to be healed. The psychic ability that gets activated is simply the ability to see the system, to see the loops playing out in others, in organizations, in the world. And because you're not caught in your own loop, you can speak a word or hold a silence that interrupts the pattern for everyone. You become a walking, talking systems upgrade for the collective. The cost of not acting is a life of déjà vu, a ghost in the machine, running the same subroutine until the power runs out. But that's not your future. Your future is one of increasing coherence, where the separation between spiritual and scientific, between self and other, between fear and love, begins to blur into irrelevance. Because you're experiencing the truth of the connection directly in your own nervous system. The upgrade is complete when the practice becomes the person. When staying open under pressure is no longer something you do, but something you are. And you can already feel the integration beginning, a quiet sense of permission to be fully human, to feel the full spectrum without being owned by any of it. A freedom that comes not from escaping the game, but from finally understanding the rules and realizing you are always meant to play at this level. The simulation is getting an upgrade, and you're both the player and the programmer.